Yo guys, what's up? Liquid Galaxy here with a quick update to my current setup for streaming. I'm not going to go through everything here. Most of the stuff is still available to see on my 2017 setup video elsewhere here. So I'm not going to be talking about the PC, mic, mixer, any of that kind of stuff. This is just going to be focusing on 6 things actually that have either been updated or added since that last video. So first up here is the Stream Deck from Elgato, which features basically a front panel with 15 keys with 3 rows of 5 keys. And basically you can customize each of these keys to basically do whatever the hell it is that you want. You can change scenes in your stream, you can play certain sound effects, you can open up certain apps, you can open up foobar, you can play music, you can change music tracks, send messages to Twitch, Twitter, whatever it is you want to do. All through this software here, which is where you create your folders, you can drag things around here, you can create artwork for each individual keys to make it look all nice. And this is basically everything you can do with it. You drag it from here into here, and then you customize that key as appropriate. You have all your game capture stuff here, you have mixer stuff, your OBS studio stuff, right the way down to things like Streamlabs, system-wide functionality like hotkeys or opening up certain files. You have all your Twitch stuff here, Twitter, even XSplit is embedded in here, and YouTube stuff as well. For example, on Twitch, for example, you can put your chat into sub chat or slow chat or follower only chat, emote only chat. You can create clips, you can play ads, whatever it is that you want to do. You move it across to here. And this is where you can customize it all here. You can have folders within folders for sound effects. So I have a lot of sound effects here, which is actually what I use mostly for, because basically what this does is put everything that you would usually use your mouse to do at your fingertips. So for example, you have your sound effects here, and it's nice and quick. So it's just, I don't know, it's a good thing for a soundboard, and also, for example, changing your scenes. So right here, what have I got here? I'm in the thanks for watching screen here. If I hit this break key here, it obviously changes your scene into your break screen. And you can put multiple keys. This software has been updated a lot in the years that the Stream Deck has been out. So it's really stable currently. It works really well. If you're a streamer of any kind, really consider this purchase. I believe currently they are £140 as of today on Amazon.com. I have seen them on sale for around $110 to $115 though, so keep your eye out. Comes in a nice little kind of stand thing here, so you can have it out of that stand if you want. Or in that stand. This stand is height adjustable as well, so if you want it let down further, you can move it down, and it plugs in via USB. Really good little device, and like I say, if you're a streamer of any kind, it really does help to have all that control at your fingertips. Next up is items 2 and 3, I guess, which are the Razer Firefly mouse mat and Razer Mamba mouse. The mouse mat is pretty straightforward. It's a cloth surface, fully RGB chroma mouse pad. You have the Razer logo up the top here, which also lights up. No lights on this back edge here, and no USB pass-through. But apart from that, it's pretty much your bog standard mouse mat. It gets a little dirty, but nothing a damp cloth can fix. The mouse itself, the Razer Mamba here, is a 5G 60,000 DPI laser sensor mouse, again with the full RGB here. I personally prefer optical sensors. I've not had too many problems with this. It can lose calibration if you lift and put it back down again. Sometimes you get nothing from the mouse whatsoever. It takes a couple of seconds to recalibrate. I don't know if that's a software problem or hardware. I'm not too sure. I love the look of the mouse though, the RGB. It's one of my favorite mice for how the RGB looks. You have the light of the wheel here, the logo, and the 2 strips down the side here. Nothing on the front. This is a wired mouse. They do a wireless version as well. I believe this currently retails for £75. The wireless, I think, is $150 and also comes with its own little stand, if I'm not wrong. It's a good mouse. Again, you control both of these through Razer's own software, Synapse, either Synapse 2 or 3. You can configure all these colors to do all kinds of different special effects. But apart from that, it's an okay mouse. I preferred my Corsair M95, I think it was, that I had before this. I found it a lot more comfortable. This is quite small for my hands and very, very light. I prefer palm grip, and my fingers kind of like hang over the edge of it a little bit here. I kind of find myself having to go more claw grip sometimes, which I'm less comfortable with. So it's quite small. If you've got big hands, you may feel that it's slightly uncomfortable. But apart from that, it's a good mouse. It is good. I'm looking at upgrading possibly sometime in the future to get the Dark Eco, which is Corsair's new mouse, but we'll see. Happy with this one for the time being. Next up we have the keyboard, which once again is a Razer keyboard. This is the Black Widow version 2, upgraded from my Black Widow Chroma X that I had in my last video. Not too much difference in this keyboard. The RGB is a lot brighter. You can't really tell on this video here, but it is brighter than the Chroma X. You have 5 macro keys on the left side here, and there's some updates here, like this section here looks a lot better with the lights and whatever. But apart from that, it's literally the same. It's pretty heavy. It's got a nice thick cable on the back here. The main reason I went for this one, aside from the brighter RGB, is the fact that this contains Razer's now second newest switch, their yellow switch, which is a silent linear switch. My keyboard before was the Razer green switch, was very, very clicky and very, very loud, and it just did not suit well at night. So I figured I wanted something a little quieter. These are basically the same as the Cherry MX speed keys. They're slightly faster than the speed keys. They have a lower actuation point. I think it's like 1.2 or something. So for typing, you tend to find yourself doing a lot more typos with this. For gaming, it is quicker. It does feel quicker, but it's negligible differences, really. It's not going to make you an awesome gamer, unfortunately, and I am proof of that. But apart from that, it's a nice keyboard. Retails currently for £165, I believe. Currently for the yellow switch, I think you can get the other switches, the green and orange switches, for slightly cheaper. But apart from that, it's been a great keyboard. I've had it for about a year now. No problems with it. The lighting is all perfect. No keys malfunctioning or anything like that. This works once again with Razer Synapse 2 or 3. And again, you can configure all the RGB, as you guys are probably familiar with. Good keyboard, recommended. That brings us on to another Razer product. Jesus Christ, Razer fanboy alert here. These are the Razer Namo Chroma speakers. They do 3 versions of these. They do the Razer Namo speakers, which do not have the chroma on the bottom here. They do the Razer Namo Chroma, which is these, and they also do a Pro version, which comes with a downward firing subwoofer and extra speakers on the top here for better surround sound, effectively. These speakers are pretty good. They're nice and punchy, nice and loud. Obviously, you have the one over there, and you have the one on the left here. They sound pretty damn good. They retail for £150. The Pro version is an extortionate £500 to £600, I believe. If you're gonna spend that much on a sound system for your PC, it's unlikely that you're gonna go down the Razer route. These, however, for $150, again, what pulled me in was the RGB. Again, I'm trying to get full RGB on my desk here, so I'm a little bit sad like that. But these speakers, pretty happy with them. Probably a little overpriced at $150, but they do sound good, and they fill the room up with some decent sound, so they do what I want them to do. The only problem with these is that these only work with Razer Synapse version 3, which is still currently in beta. Now, Razer, unfortunately, for some reason, seems to like making you buy new hardware products which use beta software, which in my opinion is not okay, considering, in my opinion at least, that Razer Synapse version 3 is the biggest ball ache of software that I have currently had the displeasure of using. It's absolutely terrible in its current state as of right now, which is August 2018. So basically, I don't have Razer Synapse 3, I deleted it, and I've stuck with the Razer Synapse 2, so I can't pre-program this RGB. They still work with Synapse 2. When I play Overwatch, it all still syncs up, but you cannot program this chroma part here into something that, I don't know, if you've got something programmed on your mouse, your Firefly, or your keyboard or whatever, these won't sync up with it if you're using Synapse 2, because they don't appear in Synapse 2 at all. You can only get it in 3. So it's annoying. It seems to be what Razer's doing lately. Their latest products, their latest hardware, the Huntsman Elite keyboard, for example, is also only compatible with version 3 of Synapse. It's really annoying. Hopefully it'll be out of beta soon. They're ironing out those bugs and everything will be okay. But that's probably the only con to do with these speakers so far. I'm not going to play them for you because you won't get the sound through this iPhone X speaker. It won't be the same. So there's not really any point in doing that for you. That's the only con I've really got is the software that supports it. And so the final piece of hardware here that's been updated since my last setup is the webcam, which has now changed to the Logitech 4K Brio webcam. It's an awesome webcam. I can't tell you how good this is. It's 4K, does 1080p up to 60 frames per second, at 720p obviously as well. The backlighting is fantastic. The auto balance, the autofocus, everything is perfect with this webcam. It is so good. It's so fast, and the picture is unbelievably crisp. Really good. The only downside is if you're using a green screen, to me, it doesn't work quite as well as even the Logitech C920. I noticed some kind of flickering around the edges of my shoulders, no matter how much I've tried to kind of fiddle with the software settings and the camera settings itself. It still kind of get a little bit of a flicker. Sometimes I have to turn white balance off completely to get rid of it. But apart from that, it is really good. It's kind of overpriced. It's not a cheap webcam. I think I paid somewhere in the region of £150 for this, so it's, considering you can get a C920 for probably around £40 now, it's a lot of money. And honestly, unless you are doing a lot of Skype calling or you have business calls to do on other apps or whatever, for streaming, when you shrink that cam right down in your bottom corner of your stream or whatever, the 1080p 60 FPS really doesn't make any difference. So if you haven't got a budget that high, don't worry about it. Stick with something like a C920, which is still probably the most popular streamer webcam that is being sold today. No need to go for anything quite this expensive. And it doesn't even have RGB. What the hell am I thinking? Anyway, guys, that's the end of my setup video. For anybody that has any questions, drop them in the comments below, or catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/liquidgalaxy. Maybe I'll do another setup video next year if I update any of this stuff. But for now, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in a stream in the future. Stay safe. Take it easy. Thank you for watching.